Hello everyone, today we will work on basic mandala technique. For this you will need a blank piece of black card, make sure it's square, a ruler, a compass, a pencil, a selection of dotting tools. You can use whatever you have around the house, acrylic paints. We will start by doing something called mapping. Start by drawing a straight line going from each corner of your square to the opposite. This will help us get the exact centre of the square. Now we will draw a few more lines going from each side of the square, making sure they all go through the centre point. Now you can see we have the exact middle of our card. So now we are going to start drawing some circles. If you have one of these, perfect. If not, just find something circular to draw around, like a cup for example. Start from the centre point here. I'm going to draw a few circles. And remember, these are just guidelines to keep everything symmetrical. They don't have to be perfect. Once you've finished your guidelines, it should look something like this. For the dotting, there are a number of tools you can use from around the house. Here I've got a cotton bud that I've taken off the cotton from one end, and this will make a nice small dot. For the other end, make sure you cover it with a bit of paint and smooth it on with your fingers before you use it, as that will help prevent fluffing coming off on your mandala. Toothpicks work great, they do ultra fine dots. This is a pencil with a rubber at the end, and I've put in a drawing pin to make it a bigger dot. This is a nail art dotting tool, a crochet hook, the end of it will make a nice small dot, and some wooden dowels. These will all give us a nice variety for different sized dots. Now we can start dotting. So, when you dot, you dip your tool, whichever size you're using, into your paint, okay, and make sure that you've got the whole of the base covered. I haven't there, so I'll dip again. There you go. So the whole of the base is covered. And when you dot, no matter what tool you're using, make sure you go right down, so as if you're trying to make the pencil stand on end, and then you lightly just touch and lift, and you've got a perfect dot. Remember to wipe your tool always, save it clogging up. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, pop that there. I'm going to use, I'm going to use this one here, and I'm going to work some dots on these guidelines here, okay? So remember, it's a guide, it doesn't have to be absolutely precise, just try and be as close as you can to the guidelines. Now it's time to change up the design a bit. I'm going to do two smaller dots in between each bigger dot here. Now we are taking a different size tool again and making bigger dots in a different colour. You can choose to go smaller or more than one dot. It's your design, so you can do whatever you fancy. I'm going in between two small white dots and working diagonally. It's a lot easier to turn your work around rather than reaching across it and risking touching your work. I've gone a little off centre here, but it's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we are just going to carry on dotting. So here you can see there wasn't enough paint, so my dot is not completely perfect, but that's fine. All you need to do is redip your tool in the paint and dot again. we are going to do a technique called walking the dots. First I'm going to make some markers, and that's the point from which we will do the dotting from. Once you've done that, get some paint on your tool, only the once. You're going to carry on dotting down from the bigger dot. If you only dip your tool the once, the dots will get smaller. And now we're going to go down the other side doing the same again. Start from the top dot and go down from that one. And that is called walking your dots. Now that you have the basic techniques done, you can carry on filling the card with dots until you are happy with the design. And this is the final result. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to send us pictures if you try this out, and we will see you next time.